Welcome to the first episode of Roses, Rings, and Rose. I am your host, Morgan, and joining me today is Jenna.
Hello, everyone.
So we just need to hop right in because this was a 3-hour-long episode, so
there's a lot.
Starting with intros, was there anyone who stuck out to you coming out of the limo?
Okay, I'm biased. I loved Ashley P, the cow, so that means I loved Jenna. Jenna. I thought Ashley P was kind of iconic. I really liked the girl who brought the letter from her grandma.
Oh, yeah, Alea.
I did not like giant paper airplanes. I didn't really like the wings. I did not like any of them who made really lewd jokes. I was like,
jokes about the windmill.
Yeah, jokes, and the girl who had the whole thing of condoms. I didn't like her. She was just too much.
Awkward.
Yeah. Oh, Kelly. Kelly was good because it seemed the most genuine. Peter was so excited to see her again. So I really liked that.
Kelly had the best one by far.
I kind of liked the girl who had the car. That's kind of fun. It was just a nice car.
She just seemed really awkward and tense to me, and so
I don't really remember her. I just remember the
Lexi.
Car. Oh, okay. We didn't like whoever did the happy dance. I don't remember.
That was Victoria P.
Oh yeah, we didn't love the happy dance.
No dancing, please. Oh, but let's talk about intros. In total, there were 11 aviation jokes. A lot of them came from the intro. A lot. The wings, the paper airplanes, obviously.
Flight attendant.
Yeah. Oh my God, the 3 flight attendants. They're all gone.
They all went home. I did like McKenna's dress, even though I didn't like her. That's not on there, but I liked McKenna's dress.
Yeah, it was pretty, but Alea had a really good dress, which for Miss Texas, I mean, you got.
We did was Tammy the pantsuit?
Yeah. No. Lauren was the pantsuit.
We liked her because not only pantsuit, also ponytail. Both two very uncommon things for night one.
Definitely.
So I was like, okay,
I liked it.
An impression.
A little bit different.
Yeah.
I like it. Victoria F had a really pretty dress. She does not have a pretty personality. Okay, no, that's rude. But she could fit with the title of my YouTube channel. The way she talked throughout the episode was literally mumbling. And I was like, okay, I do that too, but you're on a TV show.
I didn't like Victoria because
I
Victoria cried twice within the first night. And I know it's a long night and I know they film for hours, but they don't know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they act like they're in love and they act like it's the end of the world. And I'm like, take a chill pill. You literally just met him. And I feel like they all think that they know him and love him just from watching Hannah's season. I'm like, he's not he's a person.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the show is whatever. But still, I'm like, I don't like when they cry the first night because I'm like, you literally. And Victoria F, this is what I wrote. She said, not in this exact wordage, but she was like, if I go home, I don't know who I am. And I'm like, sister, a man's rejection does not change who you are as a person. You know what I mean?
Be a queen.
Live your own life. I feel like she's putting a lot of herself into this show, and I'm like...
Right. Speaking of intros, Hannah B showed up, night one, we thought, coming out of a limo type thing, right?
That was sweet.
It was the cutest thing in the world. She was there. Well, first of all, she handled herself really bad because it almost seemed like she was there to be a part of the house for a second because she was like, oh, I'm so nervous, type of thing. But then she was
joking kind of.
She was giving back Peter his wings, which is
a really sweet touch. Initially, and I was really glad she did that. But then with everything else that happened in the episode, I was like...
and we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. Talking about people we're not fond of.
Yeah.
Hannah Ann. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I said in the first video that she comes in super naive and
But I don't think naive is the word for it. I think she knows. I think she's calculated because we wrote this down. Too many interruptions. She is very much a Luke P character is what the vibe we're getting. She very much knew what she was doing when she interrupted Cheyenne alone 3 times.
Well, so she comes off super innocent, which I don't love because I'm no.
She's not.
No one's innocent, honey. But so what happened was she got her time with Peter, literally made out with Peter during her time, and then goes back and steals him away a second time, and all the girls are like, 2 times. Like, some people haven't even, like, talked to him once. And then poor Sheehan.
Yeah.
Sheehan then started talking to him, hadn't talked to him, like, all night. And Hannah Ann comes and interrupts her. And so Hannah Ann can then again kiss Peter again. And I thought it was...
And then little Sheehan had
ridiculous.
to watch, which was sad. But then Sheehan cried, and I was like, once again, Sheehan.
Let's not cry.
Not that deep. It's not that deep.
I know. Sheehan, like, completely called her out and was
Yeah.
just like, that's kind of ridiculous. And she was like, oh, yeah, like, you do you. Like, you can go get that time now. And it was kind of like...
It was very, like...
Poor Sheehan.
rude.
She was like, I don't know if you're honest or if I'm supposed to, like, believe this. And she was just like...
Like, she didn't say anything. And I was
No,
like, okay.
it was really awkward. My thing is, like, okay, so Hannah Ann got the first impression rose, which I kind of get because she was bold and, like, asserted herself. But if I were Peter, and that second time, I'd be like, yeah, like, they really want to get to know me. But the third time, I'd be like, okay, this is kind of ridiculous when I need to talk to other people.
Especially since Peter was on Hannah B's season and dealt with Luke P.
Yes.
So he dealt with the whole interrupting drama and all that. And I feel like if I was in his shoes, wouldn't that be a sign? Like, they hated Luke P.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
Biggest takeaway from the episode is that Hannah Ann reminds me of Luke P. Okay, who else was on our don't love list?
I feel like that's the big one. I put Madison down just because, like, I haven't seen enough from her yet. Madison.
Oh, yeah.
Which we'll talk about later, how maybe she, like, kind of elevated herself, but her, like, beginning intro, it was like, I've won 4 state championship basketball games. And I'm like, you're probably, like, how old is she? 23? So she's, like, out of college. And I'm like, we're still living in high school a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't love that.
But we'll talk about it. I really think she shone on her one-on-one.
She did better on the one-on-one.
Like, I really liked, they had some really genuine moments on the one-on-one. My initial favorite from night 1 was Kelly.
Me too.
Kelly stood out because they obviously had met before, but
Yeah.
they seemed like they had a genuine connection.
I know. And I don't know, something about her personality and the
She
way
seems
she
real.
talks, she does. She
Yeah.
seems very real. And so it's like, I like it.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the other girls come off, I was like, like the way Hannah Ann comes off. Where is she at?
Yeah.
It's not believable.
I don't know if we liked Alexa a lot.
We did. We just didn't see enough. This is
Yeah.
the one, Sarah. We did not see, like, any of Sarah.
Yeah.
And I want so much more for her.
Yeah.
Should we just go to the rose ceremony?
Yeah.
Way more people were cut than I thought were gonna
I know.
be cut. I don't know why I thought it was 3, because that's like how they do it in like episodes after that,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And so I don't know. Okay, the ones who got cut are Avonlea. Let's just get up.
Which, I don't know that we were surprised.
No, I called that one.
Yeah.
I think I did, yeah. Eunice is gone. Jade. Jenna. Poor Jenna. Katrina.
Poor Ashley P.
Megan was cut off because it was all 3 flight attendants. Marissa,
Which we liked Marissa.
and Kylie, which is hilarious because I thought Kylie was gonna go really far because she looks like Hannah B in this picture, but
does
clearly
a lot.
that worked against her. So moving on to the first group date, which is what happened next. Oh, this one
So they did the
caused
whole,
some problems.
Yeah.
It was like a whole. They went.
aviation thing.
Mhm. They went to like an what are those called?
A hangar.
Yeah. They went to a hangar, and there were like 2 other people who were like hosting the date, kind of,
Yeah.
or like running it. It was these 2 women who were like pilots. They did like some questions just like about flying or whatever. So, but skipped ahead. They had to get in one of those, they strap you in and they just like spin you
Yeah.
around. It's something like astronauts and pilots obviously have to do type of thing. And Victoria P. Okay, I'm calling it right now. I don't think that she's gonna end up with Peter because she gets motion sickness so easily, and he's a pilot. Because they went to put her in the like gyro thing or whatever, and she had this like flashback memory that she was telling him about how she was in the Disney teacups and she vomited when she was a child, and it was very traumatic.
I actually will give it to her. Like, she
tried.
has motion sickness, and she still went in it and did it. And Peter spun her really fast, like faster than anyone else. So it was kind of mean. But then she went to the bathroom and was like sick, and Peter came and talked to her and was like, super like
gave her some water.
Yeah, I think that showed some like real character in her, and so it was.
I just think it would be tough because they showed in the preview of like Peter flying and he was like doing like flips in the plane. So I'm like,
she wouldn't probably be able to do that.
Yeah, no. Off the show, Tyler C.
tweeted.
So Victoria P. later on the group date was talking to Peter and she was like, "Oh, when you brought me that water, that was like the nicest thing any man's ever done for me." And Tyler C. tweeted about it and was like, "If that's the nicest thing like any man's ever done to her, then we need to do better, men."
I thought that was funny.
I loved it. So then the last thing was like they did an obstacle course to see who would get to fly with Peter on this like sunset tour of whatever.
It gets down to like 3 people. So it was Sheehan, Kelly, and who was the third one?
It was Tammy.
They had to like do a quick change in a porta potty, and then it was down to 2 people. Tammy and Kelly are the ones on the bikes, and they have to like go through these cones. Well, Kelly, I think, didn't know that you had to serpentine, or she did, and just decided to go like straight through, and Tammy was like doing the like curves.
Actual course.
And so then obviously Tammy was kind of upset that she lost. Or, okay, yeah, we gotta talk about Sheehan first. Sheehan was crying, and I was like, you didn't even make it to the bikes. I'm like, she was like talking about how Kelly cheated, and I'm like, Sheehan didn't even get to the bikes.
That's what I'm confused about.
The only person who can be mad is
Tammy.
Speculation is, it seems like Peter really, really likes Kelly, because he said he was glad she won.
Yeah.
So, like, I think he wanted her to win, and I think if Tammy would have cheated, then he might have like said something. That's just my speculation. But like, I think he kind of let it go because it was Kelly, because he liked so.
But so then the producers really pulled something. The group date, when they go to do like the cocktail party of the group date, they somehow were at the same hotel that Peter and Kelly met a month earlier, and they were, wow, shocker, so planned.
But I really liked the part at the hotel because. So Peter like took Kelly like out of where they were at and like into the actual hotel, and he like recreated the whole scene of them like first meeting, which was adorable in itself. But then he like went in the extra step and was like, I know like you're probably gonna have a target on your back because we've met before, and he like reassured her that like he really liked her, and like he wanted her to just keep her head up and like not deal with that. And so like that was such a sweet moment.
It was so cute.
I really like them together.
Yeah, that's why like Kelly's kind of my front runner at the moment.
Me too.
Because it was so cute. Oh, the funny thing about this though was that before Kelly went to go talk to Peter, she interrupted.
Yeah, again.
Poor Sheehan.
And Sheehan cried again.
After the group date was the one-on-one date with Madison.
We just all kind of thought that the date was a little weird. Because
for the date, they went to Peter's parents' wedding vow renewals. That's just like a lot to take someone on a first date to, you know?
Yeah, because he's probably talked to her for maybe 10 minutes?
I don't know.
I see how it was sweet because he's like, I want to show you what true love is, and he really like admires and respects his parents, which first of all, they're adorable.
Oh my god, they stole the show.
I almost cried. Yeah, like they were precious.
I know. I'll say it.
Yeah. As much as we thought it was kind of weird, like it went really well, and they really like.
And of course, like maybe that was like the actual day of their anniversary, and Peter was like, I need to be in this, and then everyone's like, make it a date.
Yeah.
Make it a date. So.
Yeah, it definitely probably was like influenced by the producers, but for as much as it was like weird, it was cute.
But at least the whole time they were like on the date, it seemed like they were like actually having a good time with each other, and none of it seemed like cringy, you know?
Yeah.
It was all really cute.
And then when they went to dinner afterwards, they had a great like genuine conversation, and she told, wasn't she the one that was like,
yes, this is our Stan moment, because Madison was like, obviously like love spending time with you and stuff, but I also want you to trust like yourself, and I want you to find like your wife like no matter what. And it was
she's like, I really respect that.
See, that's cute in the moment, and now that I'm like thinking about it more, I don't know, I'm starting to get bad vibes about it. I don't know, the way it comes off is just like, I want you to think about other people because like maybe I want to go far, but like maybe I want to do something else.
I like that you're cautious about it and we're keeping her, like, because, you know, we gotta be cautious about all of them. But I thought that that was a really sweet moment, and, like, it seemed like they both really had, like, a genuine connection. And then they had the surprise country singer. Not a surprise. And, like, it was sweet when they were dancing and his family came in. Like, it seemed like they had a really good date, and I can see her going far.
For sure. So then there's another group date. Favorite thing, McKenna's on this group date. McKenna threw a fit when Hannah B showed up night one, like screamed as loud as she possibly could, which they probably heard her. But so then McKenna gets to go on this group date where they show up and Hannah B is just like waiting for them on a stage. And
with
Hannah,
a windmill,
yeah,
of course.
And so Hannah B tells them the whole story of how her and Peter hooked up in the windmill. And then she tells them that all of them are going to have to share a sex story in front of, like, a live audience. And it's
which,
like...
first of all, weirdest date ever. When they showed Hannah, some of the girls were excited, and then instantly it went to their, like, interviews with themselves, and they were all, like, pissed that she was there. Because, like, obviously, like, they know that her and Peter were in love, and now she's back, like... So they're, like, obviously worried about that.
So after they send these girls off to, like, start writing whatever they're gonna say to the audience, it cuts away to Hannah talking to the producers, and they were like, are you okay? And she's like, no, like she feels confused, whatever, like, kind of starts to get emotional. So then we hop to her in a room. First of all, mascara everywhere.
From her season, she should have learned that she needs waterproof mascara, because there's plenty of times in her season where she had mascara running down her face. And I said, Hannah, did we learn nothing? Like, oh my God.
Do you think he did it on his own, or do you think producers asked him to go talk to her?
It could have gone either way, but if he did it on his own, I don't think he knew that she was crying. Like, I feel like he was just like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to Hannah.
Yeah.
He walked into her crying, which he was obviously shook. And she's like, no. And then he, like, goes in and starts talking to her anyways. And she's, like, all upset and crying and doesn't really ever explain why she's crying. She's just, like, talks about, like, she doesn't feel right, and, like, that this is a lot harder for her than she thought. And then, obviously, Peter gets sad because, like, I mean, he still probably loves Hannah a little bit.
The way she comes off is just, she keeps saying, like, I'm so confused, like, I question myself all the time, and it's kind of like, is she questioning, like, her decision to cut Peter from her season, which obviously, because she's there bawling. Oh, it made my day when Peter, because I thought he was about to bring up, like, do you want to come join the house? But the first thing he did, which I'm really happy he did, was, like, when you asked out Tyler C on After the Final Rose, like, did you ever consider, like, asking me out? Which I'm so glad he brought that up, because he was like, I don't want to be someone's third choice, obviously.
But then she explained that, like, Tyler had been reaching out to her and stuff, and Peter hadn't, so she kind of thought that maybe Peter was just, like, over it
and trying to be the Bachelor type of thing.
Yeah. And then she realized, like, she still has feelings for Peter, and she basically explained that, like, she was confused about her decision and didn't know what she was gonna do. She was very defensive and very confused and very sad, and you could just see Peter's heart almost, like, breaking again, because he was getting hopeful that maybe she was coming back, like, she was trying to, like, come back for him. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens, because from the preview they're really, like, happy and close, and looks like they're gonna kiss, and Peter's, like, asking her if she wants to come back. So I don't know how we're gonna get from them sitting on opposite sides of the room, like, sobbing, to them being there.
And then it also shows literally every other girl, like, throwing a fit, crying, like, if Hannah B's here, like, what's the point, like, something like that.
But the whole point of the show is for Peter to find love. Yeah. And it is for them to find love too, but he can't find love with 30 girls, so they have to realize it might not be them. And I don't think that they realize and accept that. And I don't think that they genuinely, like, want the best from him. The only person who we've heard that from so far was Madison. But I think, like, if Peter loves Hannah and, like, wants to give that another shot, like, they need to be open to that, is my thoughts.
Yeah, honestly. So it pretty much leaves us on a cliffhanger of them two in the room. Like, is she gonna come back? Are they gonna figure stuff out? What's gonna happen? So
what do you want? Like, do you want her to stay or no?
I don't know. I mean, Peter really seems like he wants to give it a shot. Like,
that's the thing.
He's still there for it.
If she came back and is having this whole mental breakdown, and then Peter asks her to stay and she says no, then it's almost like,
why
what was
did
the point?
She? Yeah.
Like that kind of makes her look bad. But, like, at the same time, like, I feel like it would really throw off his whole season if she stays.
I know people are giving Hannah a lot of hate for, like, showing up and whatever, but I kind of feel for her because, like, her season was a mess. And she just really got, like, one thing thrown at her after another. Like, the whole thing with Jed happened, and then Tyler, like, reached out to her apparently and was like, I would assume, like, a very nice person about, like, everything, and then she asked him out, and then now he's, like, dating this, like, supermodel, and so it's like,
yeah,
that
she
would,
didn't really
like,
have a fair season.
If it were me, like, that would hurt, and I would constantly think about those people that I let go. Like, would this still...
Yeah.
You know?
Well, because Peter's such a good guy. So, yeah.
We should talk about, because I feel like it kind of gets lost and you almost forget about it, but they showed, like, the season previews at the very beginning of the show. Because they showed, like, the whole Hannah mess at the end. But, like, the opening preview for the end of the season, it literally looks like it's the final rose. Like, they're there. He's getting ready to propose. And he finds something out about whoever he's going to propose to. Chris is like, I just found this out, but I thought you should know, and, like, tells him. And then it's like, Peter's like, oh, I think I'm gonna pass out. And he's like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. And then
first of all, my initial thought is Chris didn't just find out. Chris was probably sitting on it to make it the most dramatic season of all. And then something about his mom, right? His mom said don't.
Oh, yeah, his mom. I wrote it down today because I just caught it. It was, yeah, the final rose. And Barbara was literally, like, crying and was like, don't let her go.
Tea.
Total crying count 9 times for the first episode.
Way too much for the first episode.
Oh, I can't wait for the second episode, because if Hannah B shows up, apparently everyone's crying.
Gosh.
So tally. And just real quick, can we give, like, an homage to the people we, like, missed out on? Marissa, Jenna, Ashley P.
Ashley P was my favorite, I'll say it.
We're down to 22 people. Thanks for joining us for this episode. I hope
you enjoyed our thoughts. We have a lot of them, and we're very passionate about this show.
Honestly, thank you guys for watching this episode. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment.
And, you know, leave a comment about what you want us to talk about from the next episode. Because, like, we just have been talking about our thoughts. But if there's anything you want us to, like, talk about, maybe we will listen.
If you have any faves so far from the season, let us know. If you don't like some of our comments, please know that they're all opinions, and you are welcome to your own opinion.
Anyways. I mean, I can cut it out.